Uno, dos, un, dos, tres.
They were kids from the barrio. Some musicians. Others had never picked up an instrument.
He said, Tiger, you're sharp. And I said, thank you, Father. I didn't know the difference between sharp or flat, you know.
Give him the quote.
You can be cute for 30 seconds.
But after that, you better be a damn good musician.
It began in the basement of a church in Tucson, Arizona. Kids as young as 9 studying under the musical direction of a popular Catholic priest.
We would practice every Sunday, 2, 3, 4 hours, then 5, then 6, and then 7.
A prodigy.
Father Rourke came from a show background, and it was quite apparent. But he was also a very accomplished musician.
And perfectionist.
Play your violin parts.
I've been kidded many times about the unusual paradox of an Irish priest from New York teaching Mexicans their own music.
Linda, what are your earliest memories of the Changos?
I think it was a party that my dad had at his house.
I remember.
You were good. I was expecting Dorito music, but it wasn't.
Dorito music.
That's what I call imitation music. People standing around in big hats singing their own music.
They would become international sensations.
Oh, yeah.
From Tucson, Arizona, CBS News presents Look Up and Live. Today, the Mission and the Mariachi, with Los Changuitos Feos and their director, Father Charles Rourke.
He groomed them to take the stage.
Father Rourke was a perfectionist.
To carry themselves as charros.
He always emphasized
Presence.
stand up straight. Use the mic, go close to it, go away from it. Be noticed on stage. Some gritos, guys. How about a little whistling?
They emerged an international tour de force that touched generations.
The group is still here 55 years later.
But under the direction of their musical and spiritual leader. Their success came at a cost.
Gilbert, may the peace of Christ be with you always. And with your spirit.
A Catholic priest who robbed them of their innocence and trust.
He had pulled over by the oleanders by the railroad tracks by my mom's house.
Got to the rectory there at the church, and
I was in the car when he reached over.
I was able to push him off of me.
And then when I felt a tug, I jumped out of the car and I ran home.
He never touched me, but he was close enough that I will never ever in my life forget the smell of cigarettes, vodka, and Old Spice.
I had no idea that he was doing this to others. I had no idea.
But if it was a trip and there was alcohol, something bad was going to happen. Or we'd have to prevent something bad from happening.
In spite of everything, Father Rourke built a foundation for Mexican culture and music.
A story of brotherhood.
Like I say, if it wasn't for him, the Changos wouldn't exist, Cobre wouldn't exist, and probably the Tucson Conference wouldn't have started.
Survival.
No Mexicans or blacks allowed. They refused to serve us. 12, 13, 14-year-old kids, what are we going to do?
And triumph.
As we have gone along and the kids have learned more and become better performers and gotten a greater knowledgeability about the music of the mariachi, the music of Mexico, they have developed with this a definite sense of pride and accomplishment in the music.
And the iconic figure has a face only a mother could love.